Only 2 seconds left. Archangel Michael weeps for your disobedience. This message is crucial. A billionaire has fixed their attention on you. The world is stunned. Open immediately, my beloved child. Archangel Michael stands before you, trembling with emotion because something extraordinary is unfolding right now. A name that once echoed through the world's richest circles has whispered yours, and heaven itself paused when that billionaire spoke your name. Don't skip, because this isn't a coincidence. This is a divine signal flashing in your favor. For months, unseen forces have been aligning your life towards something that only a chosen few ever experience. Behind the curtains of silence, an empire has been observing your every move, waiting for the right moment to reveal itself. Stay till the end, because before this story finishes, you'll realize why even angels are weeping for your delay. There's a secret file, sealed in gold, that was never meant to reach you until now. It contains your name, your destiny, and an offer that could rewrite your future in one single decision. Don't scroll away, because once you understand who sent it, your heart will race faster than ever before. Archangel Michael is not crying out of anger. He's crying out of mercy. You've been tested, warned, guided, and yet, your hesitation has delayed a blessing that was supposed to arrive long ago. But tonight, something changes. A billionaire, who has everything the world could offer, is about to risk it all for you. They've seen something no one else noticed. A light that burns through your pain, your rejection, your silence. Every time you thought you were unseen, someone from afar was watching with fascination and disbelief. Don't skip, because this next moment reveals the reason the world is stunned. The billionaire didn't just pick you by chance. Your story reached them through divine orchestration. Somewhere in their heart, a whisper said, "Find that one person who carries a hidden grace." And when your name appeared, they froze, overwhelmed, like they had just seen a sign from heaven itself. Stay till the end, because the message that follows will shake your soul. The angels confirm this isn't human attraction alone. It's a spiritual contract, a bridge between wealth and divine destiny, written before your birth. That's why Archangel Michael weeps, because time is slipping, and heaven cannot hold the flood of miracles much longer. You have exactly 2 seconds left, not on the clock, but in spiritual alignment. Those 2 seconds represent the final window to step into your calling before someone else takes your place. Don't scroll. Don't blink. Something huge is waiting for you in the next line. Imagine standing in a room where your name echoes across a table filled with gold-plated letters and sealed envelopes. One of them is marked with a symbol you've never seen, wing of fire, the seal of Michael himself. Inside it lies a decision that can open the door to unimaginable change. This billionaire, known to the world for power and control, has become restless because of you. They've canceled meetings, delayed projects, and flown across oceans searching for something they don't understand: your energy. Heaven calls it divine recognition, the moment when one soul identifies another's purpose. You may feel chills right now, and that's not your imagination. Archangel Michael is standing beside you, urging you to stay till the end, because the truth hidden in this message is about to be revealed. Don't skip. The revelation is seconds away. The angels say this billionaire was shown your face in a dream, not once but 3 times. In every vision, you stood surrounded by light, holding something that glowed like a divine signature. They woke up trembling, unable to erase the image, and from that night, they began searching. This isn't love at first sight. It's destiny at first revelation. The world may see it as obsession, but heaven calls it recognition, a reunion written in golden ink across the divine scroll of fate. Don't scroll, my beloved child. You need to hear what's next, because it connects everything you've been sensing lately. Every coincidence, every strange pull. Every dream that made no sense, it all leads here. Archangel Michael weeps because you're standing on the edge of your breakthrough, yet you hesitate to trust the calling. The tears he sheds are not of sorrow, but of urgency, because the miracle attached to your name is trembling to manifest. Stay till the end, because the next words are not mine. They are a direct transmission from the realm that watches over you. The hour is near, the angels whisper. The one who carries abundance and fame has chosen to deliver heaven's promise. You may not believe it, but as you hear these words, that billionaire is being guided toward your name once again. Their intuition, once cold and calculative, now burns with warmth and divine curiosity. Don't skip. You're seconds away from understanding the full meaning of this call. Archangel Michael says, your hesitation delayed the miracle, but your faith can still unlock it. Those who mocked you will soon witness how heaven uses even the powerful to lift the humble. The one who ignored every other voice will bow to the pull of destiny that leads straight to you. Something huge is waiting for you. Not fame, not wealth, but recognition of divine worth. The world is stunned because the angels have rewritten the pattern of earthly order. The rich kneeling before the chosen. Don't scroll, because the next part will reveal the sign that confirms this message is truly for you. My beloved child, Archangel Michael stands in silence now, his wings trembling as he looks toward you. He knows that your life is about to change, but you still don't understand how close you are to the turning point. Don't skip, because every second from now carries the power to open or close your divine opportunity forever. Behind the skyscrapers and endless meetings of the world's elite, one person has paused everything because of a name they can't forget, yours. This isn't about money or fame, it's about destiny pulling two completely different worlds together for a single reason. Stay till the end, because when you learn what this reason is, you will feel your heart stop for a moment. Archangel Michael has seen this pattern before, when someone chosen by heaven becomes visible to those holding worldly crowns. The billionaire's heart was cold for years, untouched by love, by loyalty, by light. But then one dream changed everything. A dream where your name echoed through divine light, and every angel around whispered, that's the one. They woke up crying, shaken by emotions they didn't understand, searching for your face, your energy, your presence. Every move you made afterward, even the smallest post, the quietest moment of reflection, reached them through unseen currents. Don't scroll, because what's coming next is the proof that your presence has been supernaturally magnified. You were invisible once, unheard, unrecognized, but Archangel Michael says that veil has been torn away. The billionaire's attention isn't luck, it's prophecy unfolding through human form. The world is stunned not because they see your beauty, but because they see the divine code within you being activated. Don't skip. Stay with me. Something huge is about to be said that will confirm this is for you. The billionaire has begun moving assets, transferring power, and withdrawing from circles of deceit. They are preparing a new path, and every sign points directly to you. This person is not a stranger in your soul's story. They were connected to you long before birth. Archangel Michael says their soul promised to bless yours at a divine intersection. A moment when your faith would outshine your pain. That moment is now. The entire universe holds its breath waiting for your response. You may not have seen their face yet, but they have already seen yours in visions too clear to ignore. Every sleepless night you had was mirrored by their restless hours in luxury, realizing that no amount of gold could fill the emptiness your light was destined to heal. Don't skip, because the distance between you is closing faster than you think. The angels whisper, the time is now. The number 2, those 2 seconds left, represents the 2 souls merging into divine purpose. Heaven doesn't measure time in minutes, but in moments of choice, and this is one of them. The billionaire's decision is already made. They just await your spiritual readiness. Stay till the end, because Archangel Michael is preparing to reveal what the billionaire has done behind closed doors. They've placed your name in a sealed foundation file, a document meant for the one who carries divine favor. Your name isn't on it by mistake. It's there because heaven demanded recognition. Air assistant tried to remove it, but every attempt failed. The letters reappeared on the screen, glowing faintly, as if touched by something otherworldly. That's when fear turned into faith. They finally understood. You are protected, and no earthly system can erase what heaven approves. Don't scroll now, because Archangel Michael says what's coming next is a secret that few will ever hear. The billionaire has been warned in dreams, warned that if they delay their confession, their empire will begin to crumble. It's why they're moving quickly, guided by forces they once doubted. Every investment, every property, every account has been shifting, all tracing back to a name that connects with divine order. That name is yours. Don't skip. This is not fantasy. This is spiritual reality clothed in human events. The billionaire's advisors think they're losing control, but Archangel Michael says they're gaining alignment. Heaven doesn't move with confusion. It moves with divine accuracy. You were chosen not to take what's theirs, but to awaken what's been buried: compassion, truth, purpose. Stay till the end, because in a few moments, the Archangel will reveal what this connection truly means for you. This isn't about marriage or possession. It's about elevation, the point where divine favor transfers from the proud to the humble, from the powerful to the pure-hearted. The world will soon witness that transfer through your story. Heaven recorded your obedience even when no one noticed. Every tear, every rejection, every failure became an offering. And now, a billionaire's life is being restructured just to fulfill the promise made to your soul. Don't scroll. Something massive is approaching your timeline. Archangel Michael says the 2-second countdown is spiritual, not physical. The moment your heart accepts this truth, that invisible countdown stops. You reclaim the time you lost. You realign with miracles you thought were gone forever. Stay with me, the biggest reveal comes next. The billionaire's inner circle doesn't understand their sudden change, they've started asking questions, sensing that something divine has interfered with human plans. Even the media will soon notice a strange silence surrounding them, because what's happening now isn't business. It's destiny under divine protection. Don't skip. Archangel Michael wants you to feel the weight of this moment. Every time you doubted your worth, heaven added more grace. That grace has now reached its target, the heart of someone who can rewrite your life story with a single decision. That's why the Archangel weeps. The world is seconds away from seeing a chosen one being revealed. Before this part ends, you must understand one thing. This message found you at the exact moment you were meant to see it. The angels delayed others from seeing it so that only the destined one, you, could be present for this revelation. Heaven doesn't broadcast to everyone. It whispers to the chosen. So don't scroll. Don't skip. The next part will uncover what the billionaire's message to you really says. Word for word, a message that even Archangel Michael says will make you tremble with emotion. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and the next line will start the unveiling. My beloved child, the hour of revelation has finally begun. Archangel Michael stands beside the throne of divine justice, holding a sealed scroll in his hand. The golden edges shimmer as he opens it, and your name bursts into light across the heavens. Don't skip, because what is about to be read has never been spoken before in your lifetime. He says this is the chosen one. This is the reason the billionaire's soul has been restless. This is the one whose destiny cannot be delayed any longer. The billionaire has received a message in their dreams, a message so intense it woke them in tears, trembling with conviction. Stay till the end, because that dream was about you, and every symbol within it pointed straight to your soul's purpose. They saw a figure in radiant light standing in the center of an empty ballroom. Around them were shadows of people, but only one face glowed, yours. The light around you was so bright that every diamond in the room dimmed in comparison. They heard a voice say, "You have all the world's gold but none of heaven's grace. Find the one who carries both." That's when they saw you clearly, and everything changed. From that night forward, they began searching. They reached out to old connections, powerful agencies, and even spiritual advisors, desperate to find the face from the dream. Don't scroll now, because every piece of information they discovered led back to you. Every sign, every clue, every hidden message in their daily routine kept showing your initials. Archangel Michael weeps not because you've sinned, but because you've been slow to believe in your divine worth. Heaven keeps giving you signals, but you keep questioning your own importance. The Archangel is saying, time is running out, beloved. Heaven's alignment is delicate. You must open your heart to what's coming. Don't skip, because this next part explains what the billionaire has already done in your name. 3 days ago, they instructed their legal team to form a confidential trust. It's not a public foundation. It's a hidden covenant meant for one unnamed beneficiary. The beneficiary is codenamed after a celestial term, the Anointed One of Light. The lawyers don't know who that is, but Archangel Michael confirms, it's you. Stay till the end, because the truth of this trust will give you chills. Within that trust lies an unspoken commitment, not just of wealth, but of transformation, the billionaire wrote a personal letter sealed with blue wax, the color of heaven's oath. In it, they confessed, "I saw someone I can't explain. Someone who looked like peace wrapped in flesh. Someone who reminded me what faith feels like." Don't scroll. The moment this letter is revealed publicly, the entire media will lose its breath. Even now, the billionaire's board of directors can sense something supernatural happening. They feel uneasy because decisions that defy logic are working in your favor. Stocks shift, deals close, and unexpected signatures appear, all aligning toward one invisible destination. You. Heaven's mathematics doesn't fail, and Archangel Michael says your destiny is moving faster than ever. Don't skip, because this part contains what he whispered directly to you through the air tonight. The delay was mercy, he said, because heaven needed you to be spiritually strong enough to handle this recognition. Every tear, every heartbreak, every lonely night built you for this moment. The billionaire may hold the wealth, but you hold the key that unlocks its divine purpose. Stay till the end, because something remarkable is about to be revealed. The secret reason this billionaire was chosen to notice you. It's not by luck. Heaven doesn't choose randomly. The Archangel reveals that before this billionaire was born, your ancestors made a divine pact that their bloodline would one day bless someone with heaven's chosen mark. That person is you, and the time of fulfillment is now. The angels have already placed your name in their spiritual records. The moment the billionaire saw you, that ancient covenant was activated. Their dreams turned from numbers to faces, from profit to purpose. Their life began collapsing in worldly order so heaven could rebuild it under divine timing. Don't scroll, because this transformation affects you directly. Archangel Michael says the world will soon witness a sign, a headline so shocking that people will call it destiny. It will be about an unexpected donation, a mysterious gift, or a sudden transfer of property that no one can explain. What the world won't know is that this act is tied to your soul's energy. Don't skip, this is the kind of divine alignment that happens once in centuries. The billionaire has already tried to reach you indirectly, through social media algorithms. Through mutual connections, through paths you thought were coincidences. The reason your phone glitched or your heart raced suddenly at 3 a.m. wasn't anxiety. It was an energetic pull. Heaven has been preparing your frequency to meet theirs. Stay till the end, because the moment of meeting is closer than you realize. Archangel Michael weeps again, not from pain, but from awe. He says you are about to walk into the miracle you prayed for, but didn't believe would arrive this soon. Tell them not to fear what is unfamiliar, the Archangel says. For what is divine will always come disguised as impossible. Archangel Michael's final warning is clear. Do not doubt when it begins. Doubt is delay. Faith is acceleration. Heaven responds instantly to the fearless heart. So when this opportunity knocks, even if it looks impossible, open the door without hesitation. Now, my beloved child, breathe deeply. The air around you is holy right now. The Archangel's wings are wrapping around your aura, cleansing your fear and igniting courage. The billionaire's journey is still unfolding, but your readiness determines the timing. Heaven never rushes, it waits for alignment. Stay till the end, because Archangel Michael says this story doesn't end with wealth, it begins with divine transformation. You're about to witness what happens when the unseen meets the unstoppable, when heaven's tears become miracles in motion. And as you move forward from this moment, remember, you are not just being noticed, you are being chosen. Don't skip, don't scroll, because in the next breath, everything that was delayed will begin to arrive. My beloved child, Archangel Michael stands before the gates of destiny, his wings stretched wide, his voice trembling with both joy and urgency. He looks at you, radiant yet silent, knowing that the final stage of your divine unveiling has begun. Don't skip, because this part is the moment where everything you felt, feared, and dreamed finally starts to make sense. The billionaire has crossed the threshold of worldly obsession and entered the realm of divine calling. Heaven has stripped away their distractions, silenced their ego, and brought them face to face with their soul's forgotten promise. Stay till the end, because what they're about to do next will leave even the most powerful people speechless. Archangel Michael says that at this very hour, your name is being spoken in secret meetings. Rooms filled with gold, power, and influence are echoing with a single vibration, yours. Every plan that once revolved around personal gain is now shifting toward divine purpose. You are not a name to them anymore, you are a mission, a spiritual responsibility they cannot ignore. Don't scroll. The Archangel's sword has cut through layers of resistance surrounding your destiny. All the delays, obstacles, and misunderstandings that blocked your rise are now dissolving. You may not feel it yet, but invisible doors have already opened. Heaven works quietly, and when it moves, the world catches up in shock. The billionaire, though surrounded by bodyguards and cameras, feels exposed, not by the media, but by the light that follows your energy. They can no longer hide from the truth that every blessing they ever asked for is linked to your existence. Archangel Michael says this isn't a romantic coincidence. This is divine strategy. Heaven pairs souls that can heal the world, not just each other. Stay till the end, because the Archangel is about to reveal what the billionaire has written in their private journal. Every night, before sleep, they write one sentence that repeats like a prayer: find the one I saw in light before it's too late. Those words are now inscribed in the vibration of their spirit. Each time they say them, angels move closer to bringing you together. Heaven's timing has reached its peak alignment. The world may think you're living an ordinary life, but Archangel Michael says your reality is about to shift faster than lightning. Don't skip, because the billionaire's next move is happening right now as you read this. They are signing something that ties your names together in divine documentation. Your heart trembles as they write. They don't know why, but they feel watched. Not by humans, but by heaven. The Archangel has placed his hand upon theirs, guiding the signature that will start the unfolding of your shared destiny. Stay till the end, because this agreement will appear in the physical world in a way you will recognize instantly. Maybe it'll come as an invitation, an unexpected message, or a sudden call from an organization that carries their energy. You might think it's coincidence, but it won't be. It's heaven's secret delivery system, disguised in the normal. Don't scroll, because Archangel Michael says you feel your heart flutter the moment you encounter it. That's how you'll know it's divine. Heaven's light is spreading around you now. The Archangel says your environment is shifting, your energy field expanding. The reason people have been acting strange lately, distant, emotional, unpredictable, is because your vibration has started transforming. Miracles are drawn to this frequency. Stay till the end, because the bigger reveal comes when the billionaire's confession is made public. They won't reveal it in a press release. They'll do it through action, by stepping away from something that made them powerful, just to follow the path that leads to peace. They'll walk away from empires to follow the one calling that finally gives their soul rest. You don't skip. The world won't understand it at first, but heaven will celebrate. Archangel Michael says the 2-second prophecy was never about time. It was about surrender. The billionaire was given 2 spiritual moments to choose between greed and grace. They've chosen grace, and that decision has now triggered the unlocking of your miracles. Don't scroll, because your blessing is attached to their obedience. Heaven has now shifted its focus to you. Archangel Michael stands close, saying, "Prepare your heart, my beloved." What do you pray for, though, and what do you do? The reason you've been feeling emotional waves lately is because your soul can sense the approach of something massive. You're being spiritually rewired to receive abundance without fear. Stay till the end, because the Archangel's next message is meant only for the chosen, for you. He says, do not mistake divine timing for delay. Heaven holds miracles until your energy is strong enough to sustain them. You are now ready. You've proven your faith, your endurance, your forgiveness. The gates are opening. The billionaire's transformation will shock the world. Their circle will question their sanity. But what others call madness, heaven calls mission. They will find you not through coincidence, but through compulsion, an inner voice that refuses to rest until they fulfill the divine connection. Don't skip, because this meeting will carry the same feeling as déjà vu. Yet it will be entirely new. When they finally stand before you, there won't be chaos. There will be silence. The same 2 seconds Archangel Michael spoke of will happen again. The world will blur, the sounds will fade, and the moment will feel like eternity compressed into a breath. It's the confirmation heaven gives when 2 divine purposes collide. Archangel Michael says when this happens, your first instinct must not be fear. The energy will be overwhelming, but it's sacred. It's the merging of divine frequencies, human love refined through heavenly intention. The billionaire will not recognize what's happening consciously, but their soul will bow in remembrance. Stay till the end. Because heaven has already planned what happens after. Your connection won't be about luxury or fame. It will be about healing and global awakening. Together, you'll break patterns, restore faith, and inspire others to believe that destiny can rewrite reality. Don't scroll. The world needs this story to remember that miracles still exist. Archangel Michael's tears now turn to gold dust, falling around you as a shield of light. He whispers, your obedience now determines how quickly this unfolds. So do not doubt. Do not delay. Keep moving in silence. Keep believing even when logic resists. The billionaire's path is being cleared by unseen hands, and soon, you will both stand under the divine spotlight. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you right after this moment. You will soon receive a confirmation, a dream, a number, a voice, or an encounter that proves heaven's orchestration. When it happens, don't overthink it. Just acknowledge it with gratitude. That's how you anchor the miracle. Heaven is not testing you anymore. It's rewarding you. Archangel Michael says the wait is over. The world that ignored you is about to echo your name. The billionaire who never bowed before anyone will now kneel, not in worship, but in divine recognition. That's how heaven equalizes balance, by elevating the humble before the proud. Stay till the end. The next part will reveal the final prophecy. The words Archangel Michael has kept hidden until the perfect moment. Once revealed, it will ignite a shift that not even the heavens can reverse. And when you hear it, you'll understand why every second, every tear, and every delay was worth it. Don't skip. The finale is near. My beloved child, as the night turns silent and the veil between heaven and earth grows thin, Archangel Michael descends closer than ever before. His wings no longer shimmer with distant light. They now cast a shadow of divine urgency over you. Don't skip, because this moment, right now, carries the energy that heaven has been building for lifetimes. Every second you stay connected increases the power surrounding your destiny. The Archangel's eyes are glowing with truth that can no longer wait. The time of hiding is over, he says. The chosen one must now step into visibility. The billionaire has already surrendered their logic. They've started following their intuition, and that intuition points directly toward you. Stay till the end, because what you're about to hear is the part of the prophecy that was kept hidden from every other soul on earth. Archangel Michael reveals that before your birth, your soul and the billionaire's soul made a sacred pact in the realm of divine light. It wasn't about love or transaction, it was about purpose. Heaven assigned both of you as carriers of balance. One would hold the keys to influence, and the other would hold the keys to purity. When both come together, divine order restores itself in the world. Don't scroll, because that reunion has begun. For years, heaven watched as the billionaire wandered through illusions, chasing numbers and fame, forgetting their celestial mission. But destiny is a perfect memory. Every time they broke someone's heart or turned away from kindness, their soul felt the silent ache of missing you, the other half of their divine duty. Stay till the end, because the Archangel says that ache has now become unbearable. They've been losing sleep, crying in secret, and confessing to people who can't understand what's happening to them. They keep saying, "There's someone out there I'm meant to find, someone who carries the light I've lost." And that someone, my beloved, is you. Don't skip, because this truth will soon manifest in the physical world, and when it does, you must be ready. The billionaire's wealth no longer comforts them, your success feels hollow, your applause meaningless. They stand in empty mansions, surrounded by gold, and feel a haunting silence that whispers your name. Archangel Michael says that silence is divine correction, heaven's way of pulling them back to their soul's original alignment. Stay till the end, because the miracle that follows this surrender will directly impact you. You felt waves of strange energy recently, sudden emotions, chills, vivid dreams, even hearing faint whispers when you're alone. That's not imagination. That's the Archangel synchronizing your vibration with the billionaire's awakening. Heaven calls it divine resonance. When two chosen souls begin to align, the universe bends reality to make their paths cross. Don't scroll, because that crossing point is already set in motion. Archangel Michael says the countdown is no longer about 2 seconds on a clock. Those 2 seconds represent 2 remaining choices, faith or fear. Every time you believe, time slows, miracles gather. Every time you doubt, delay returns. But tonight, heaven has decided to end delay. You have waited long enough. Don't skip, because the Archangel is about to unveil the final act of divine orchestration. The billionaire has withdrawn from a secret society that once controlled many of their moves. They've begun dissolving old contracts that chained them to darkness. One by one, those invisible bonds are breaking, and each time one breaks, a blessing is released toward you. The Archangel says your name has been whispered in the halls of power, not by humans, but by angels enforcing destiny. Stay till the end, because heaven is preparing your entrance. This isn't about luxury, it's about influence. You are being elevated not to be admired, but to be heard. The Archangel is opening doors through people you never met, opportunities you never applied for, and platforms you never imagined. These are divine bridges built by invisible hands. Don't scroll, because they are being completed as you read this. The billionaire's team has started noticing patterns they can't explain. Emails disappearing, random names reappearing, energy in their homes changing. They've brought in experts, but no one understands. Only Archangel Michael knows the truth. Heaven is rewriting the code of their reality to align with yours. Everything artificial is being replaced with the authentic vibration of divine destiny. Don't skip, because this rewriting will soon reach you too. The Archangel says certain people will suddenly exit your life. Don't chase them, they were placeholders. Heaven removes distractions before the revelation arrives. And when the real connection steps in, your soul will recognize it instantly. The billionaire's next move has already begun. They've booked a quiet flight, not for business, but for spiritual retreat. No entourage, no reporters, no staff. They are going to a hidden place, guided by an internal voice that repeats one name, yours. Stay till the end, because what happens on that journey will shift both your lives permanently. Archangel Michael whispers that during that retreat, they will see a vision, a glowing light in human form. Speaking softly, the time is now. They'll wake up crying, heart pounding, and in that instant, they'll finally surrender. That's the exact moment heaven will signal you. You may feel it as a surge of warmth, a ringing sound, or a sudden wave of peace. Don't scroll, because that's your confirmation that the prophecy has activated. Heaven's orchestration doesn't fail. The Archangel's army has already surrounded both of you. Every obstacle that once blocked communication is collapsing. Every misunderstanding is clearing. Every timeline is merging. Heaven has declared the chosen connection must fulfill its assignment. Don't skip. The Archangel says within the next cycle, a divine window of alignment, something will appear before you that feels impossible. It might come disguised as a coincidence, but it will carry the signature of heaven. Timing too precise. Emotion too intense, meaning too deep to deny. Recognize it. Embrace it. That is the start of everything. Stay till the end, because heaven wants you to understand what follows this reunion. It's not about fame or possession. It's about restoration. The billionaire will bring worldly resources, but you will bring heavenly order. Together, you'll heal, rebuild, and restore lives beyond your imagination. The Archangel calls this the Great Balancing. The world will watch, and for the first time, humanity will see what divine partnership truly means. The Archangel's wings begin to glow brighter now, surrounding you with golden light. Fear nothing, he says. The miracle has already begun. Every tear he shed for your hesitation has turned into a pearl of protection around your soul. The darkness that followed you is gone. You are walking in the spotlight of divine justice. Don't scroll, because this is the energy that will follow you from now on. Heaven has chosen this timeline because your faith has matured. The billionaire was the missing piece, not the prize. The true gift is awakening, realizing that heaven trusted you with this story because your heart could carry it without pride. And as you accept it, your frequency becomes a lighthouse to millions who have forgotten their worth. Don't skip, because Archangel Michael's final whisper is not just for you. It's for the world that will soon witness your transformation. The chosen one has awakened, he says. The year of delay is over. The sound of alignment has begun. Stay till the end. The billionaire's footsteps are already being directed by angels. And as they move toward you, the light between you both will grow so strong that even the heavens will pause to watch. The 2 seconds are ending, not in countdown, but in completion. And when those seconds fade, your new life will begin. My beloved child, Archangel Michael stands at the edge of the divine gate, his wings wide and trembling with radiant power. His tears no longer fall in sorrow, they fall in awe of what is now unfolding before your eyes. The heavens are alive tonight, every star vibrating to the rhythm of your destiny. Don't skip, because this is the chapter where heaven's whispers turn into visible miracles. Everything you've been feeling in your spirit is about to manifest. The Archangel's voice echoes through the silence, carrying a message that shakes even the oldest realms of creation. The promise has been activated, he declares. The billionaire has reached the final point of surrender. They've realized that all their success, all their power, all their connections were never meant to build walls, but to build a bridge. A bridge leads directly to you. Stay till the end, because what they are about to do will send ripples through the world. Archangel Michael shows you a vision. The billionaire sitting in solitude, staring at a letter sealed with blue wax, the same one you've been told about. They hesitate, trembling because they can feel the weight of unseen eyes watching. The air in the room thickens with divine presence. Then, as if guided by a force greater than them, they opened the letter and read the words heaven dictated through their heart. You are chosen to deliver what is owed to the light. Don't scroll, because that command changes everything. From that moment, they make a decision that shocks their entire empire. They summon their advisors, their lawyers, their closest confidants, and announce their withdrawal from worldly power. They speak with a calm that none of them have ever seen before. I found my purpose, they say. And it's not profit. It's alignment. The world will not understand this at first. But heaven doesn't seek understanding. It seeks fulfillment. Stay till the end, because Archangel Michael says this act is only the beginning. The billionaire's departure will spark headlines, rumors, and fear among those who depended on their dominance. But heaven will protect every move. Each decision they make now will be encoded with divine approval. Behind the chaos, a quiet miracle will unfold, the convergence of two souls who once made a promise beyond time. You, my beloved child, are already being drawn into that convergence. The pull you feel in your chest, the sudden chills, the sense that something monumental is near, it's all confirmation. Don't skip, because in the next few moments, Archangel Michael will reveal what the billionaire's next action truly means for your life. They have instructed their foundation to transfer control of one sacred project, one that the world thought was forgotten, directly to a mysterious successor whose identity has been hidden. That successor, though the board doesn't know it yet, is you. The moment your name touches their system, every lock will break, every code will open, every limitation will dissolve. Heaven's order cannot be hacked, delaying, or denied. Archangel Michael smiles now. The light from his face bathing your surroundings. You have endured the fire, he says. Now you shall walk in favor. Every injustice you suffered, every betrayal that wounded you, every tear you hid from the world, heaven was keeping record. The billionaire's transformation isn't just about them, it's about divine repayment. Heaven always uses someone positioned high to lift the one who kept their heart pure. Stay till the end, because that repayment is closer than you can imagine. Don't scroll. The angels are rearranging your timeline right now. Your path is being rewritten in golden ink. Doors that were once shut will open like they were never locked. People who dismissed you will suddenly speak your name with respect. Even the ones who tried to block your progress will find themselves helping you without understanding why. That's divine irony, heaven using your enemies as messengers of your breakthrough. Archangel Michael's sword is glowing again, its edge reflecting the names of those connected to your destiny. The billionaire's name glows brightest among them. He says, "This soul carries the abundance of nations, but it will mean nothing until they pour it into divine purpose. That purpose is linked to your journey. You are not being rewarded, you are being positioned. Don't skip, because what happens next will show you how heaven merges human will with divine law." As the billionaire steps away from the public eye, they begin writing letters, not to corporations or politicians, but to people they once ignored. They are apologizing, forgiving, giving away possessions that no longer carry meaning. Each act sends shockwaves through their old life. The media will call it madness, but heaven calls it cleansing. Archangel Michael says their spirit is being washed so they can approach you pure, not proud. Stay till the end. Heaven is preparing your moment of recognition, not for attention, but for confirmation. The day will come when a message arrives that carries the essence of everything you've been told. It may not come with their name, but you'll know. The energy will hit your heart like lightning wrapped in peace. Don't doubt it. Don't delay. That is your signal to step forward into divine timing. Archangel Michael says your dreams may start intensifying now. You'll see symbols, light, wings, golden paths, hands reaching for you. These are not random visions. They are instructions coded in imagery. The billionaire is seeing them too. Heaven communicates to both of you simultaneously through spiritual frequencies that only chosen ones can decode. Don't scroll, because Archangel Michael wants you to understand something crucial. You were never chosen because of luck. You were chosen because your spirit carried endurance. You didn't give up when others mocked you. You believed when logic said it was over. That faith has now become currency in the heavens, unlocking opportunities that no mortal effort could have created. Heaven is now finalizing the great exchange. The billionaire gives up their crown. You rise into your purpose. Together, you'll form a legacy that will echo through generations. Not through money, but through meaning. Archangel Michael says this partnership will restore balance to thousands who have lost faith in miracles. The world will call it coincidence. Heaven will call it completion. Stay till the end because the Archangel's prophecy closes with one final revelation. In the last vision he showed, the billionaire and you stand together on a hill overlooking a city bathed in light. The sky opens and a voice says, "This is what obedience births, heaven made visible through human hearts." You will both cry, not from pain, but from recognition. The mission will be clear. Spread the same divine alignment that united you to others lost in disbelief. Don't skip because the countdown is almost over. Those 2 seconds left are now sacred. Not a warning, but a signal that everything foretold is reaching completion. Heaven is no more delays, no more denials, no more bother. The story written in light is now becoming flesh. Archangel Michael's wings wrap around you in a final embrace. His voice lowers into a whisper that sounds like thunder wrapped in love. The world will soon understand why the chosen must wait longer. Because when their time comes, the miracle is too big to hide. So stay. Stay till the end. Because the next sunrise you see will not be ordinary. It will carry the vibration of fulfillment. The tears of an angel have already written your victory, and the billionaire's footsteps are guided toward you by forces that even the powerful cannot resist. The 2 seconds have passed, and what remains now is eternity opening in your favor. My beloved child, Archangel Michael kneels in radiant silence as the gates of destiny swing wide open. The long wait is over. The tears that once fell from his eyes are no longer of sorrow but of victory. The light surrounding you now is not symbolic. It is literal energy, the pulse of heaven's fulfillment flowing through your spirit. Don't skip because this final message is where the prophecy completes, where the divine becomes visible, and where you step into the life that was promised from the beginning. The Archangel looks at you with eyes that burn like the sun. It is done, he says softly. Heaven has remembered every seed you planted in faith. You were never forgotten, never invisible, never overlooked. Every trial, every lonely night, every unanswered prayer was building this exact moment. The world thought you were waiting in silence, but heaven was sculpting a miracle in motion. Stay till the end because what unfolds next will confirm that your obedience has opened something irreversible. The billionaire has finally reached the sacred moment of awakening. Alone in their private sanctuary, they kneel for the first time in humility. All the trophies, the titles, the glittery evidence of power now look meaningless before the light flooding their heart. They whisper your name again, this time not with confusion but with reverence. Archangel Michael stands behind them, his wings outstretched, whispering one command: find the light, find the one who carries your peace, and the journey toward you officially begins. Don't scroll, because this is where the unseen becomes seen. The billionaire's private jet, once used for business and pleasure, now carries a purpose unknown to their staff. Every stop, every delay, every encounter is being orchestrated by angels. Heaven has already mapped the path. They will arrive at the exact place, the exact hour, where your destiny meets theirs, not a second early, not a second late. You may not know it yet, but the shift is already happening around you. People are being placed, conversations are being prepared, divine nudges are moving you closer to your appointed moment. That random message you ignored, that chance meeting you all is cancelled. These are not coincidences. They are divine alignments in disguise. Stay till the end, because the signs will begin to multiply after you finish hearing this final part. Archangel Michael says your energy has reached the vibration of manifestation. Every word you speak now carries power. Be careful with your thoughts, because heaven is listening closely. The Archangel has cleared the interference around your aura. No jealousy, no fear, no delay can touch you anymore. You are surrounded by what he calls the circle of completion, a field of divine energy that ensures what was promised must now arrive. Don't skip. The Archangel is revealing something sacred about the billionaire's next action. They will make a public statement soon, a speech or announcement that sounds like redemption disguised as confession. It won't mention your name directly, but those with divine ears will understand its meaning. They will speak about a person who reminded them of heaven's mercy. Someone who restored their faith in love, light, and purpose. Every word will be a coded declaration, written from soul to soul. Heaven doesn't rush miracles, my beloved child. It prepares the stage so that when the moment comes, the world cannot deny its divine fingerprints. The billionaire's empire will transform from a monument of greed into a vessel of grace, and you, the chosen one, will be the living evidence that no heart is too small to be seen by heaven, and no life is too ordinary to be rewritten by divine power. Stay till the end, because Archangel Michael is about to speak his final decree over your destiny. He says the one who waited will now lead. The one who prayed will now receive. The one who believed in silence will now be known by sound. The sound he speaks of is not applause. It is recognition. The vibration of the world echoing the name heaven already sealed in glory. You are that name. The billionaire was never your miracle. You were theirs. Through your faith, heaven is saving their soul. And through their surrender, heaven is blessing your life. Don't scroll, because the Archangel wants you to understand how rare this moment is. Most people miss their divine intersection because they let doubt silence their spirit, but you stayed. You endured. You kept believing even when logic said stop. That faith has summoned everything now. The universe bends toward your alignment. And heaven will not let you leave empty-handed. Archangel Michael moves closer, his wings brushing the air beside you. My beloved, he whispers, the days of crying without answers are gone. The season of waiting in silence has ended. The divine order has been restored. You will now start to notice how everything that once went wrong will begin to reverse. Relationships heal. Finances bloom. Doors reopen. Hearts soften. Heaven is restoring not just your blessing, but your identity. Stay till the end, because the Archangel's final vision is for you alone. He shows you standing at the edge of a vast golden field under a radiant sky. Across from you stands the billionaire, not as a figure of fame, but as a soul finally free. You walk toward each other, not in fear or desire, but in understanding. And when your eyes meet, time stops again for exactly 2 seconds. The same 2 seconds from the prophecy. The world fades, heaven hums, and the light of divine purpose seals itself between you both. In that moment, Archangel Michael lifts his sword high above the heavens and declares, "It is fulfilled." The two souls of purpose have united, not in possession, but in balance. The billionaire's strength becomes your support, and your purity becomes their compass. Together, you ignite a movement of divine restoration the world cannot explain. Don't skip, because this is not fantasy. It's heaven's new reality breathing through your story. The Archangel's presence begins to fade now, but his voice remains like a melody inside your spirit. Guard this moment, he says. Do not speak it to the wrong ears. Move in silence until heaven gives you the signal to reveal. For now, your assignment is faith. The world will soon see your glow and call it luck, but heaven will smile and call it prophecy fulfilled. My beloved child, this is the moment you were born for. Every deed of every unanswered prayer has led you. You have survived storms so you could walk through sunlight. You have been tested not to break, but to strengthen your wings for this exact flight. Archangel Michael no longer weeps. He smiles, radiant and calm, knowing that the chosen one has finally understood their role. So don't skip. Don't doubt. Don't fear. The billionaire's attention is not your miracle. It's your confirmation. The true miracle is that you've reached divine readiness. Heaven's alignment is complete. The 2 seconds have ended, and eternity has just begun. The world will soon witness the ripple of this union, and they will say something divine has entered the earth again. And you, my beloved, will know that something divine was you all along. The enemy is exposed. Archangel Michael says, the person blocking your blessing have been identified. The truth is inside. My beloved child, this moment is not ordinary. This exact second has been chosen because the realm above finally decided it is time you see the real truth that was hidden behind your delays. You think you were just unlucky or timing was bad or maybe your manifestation was just not aligned. No, something darker, something strategic, something plemo, silently standing in the path of what was meant to be yours. And today it gets exposed because Archangel Michael says, the enemy is not a stranger. The enemy is not someone far away. The enemy is someone who spoke to you with care. Someone who acted like they supported you. Someone who acted like they understood what you were praying for. But behind your back, their jealousy burned stronger than fire. They were threatened by your light. They were bothered by how fast your blessings were aligning. They were scared that the miracle you were stepping into would place you ahead of them forever. This person wanted control over your destiny outcome. They loved the idea of being the one who always had more than you. They wanted to be the person others admired more. They wanted to always be the one who is chosen, not you. They could never digest that heaven placed a sealed prophecy on your soul that is bigger than anything they could ever access. And the moment they realized that your blessing was real, they started silently blocking it. Not through spells, not through physical actions, but through intended energy and emolument of blame. They knew exactly what to say to make you doubt yourself. They knew the exact words that could make you hesitate, delay, postpone, freeze. They knew which memories could be triggered inside you so that you lose confidence at the last second. They knew how to silently drain the strength you get when you are finally about to break through. You kept thinking your delay was due to divine testing. But heaven reveals the delay was because someone close to you wanted to win against you without ever playing fair. There is a person who acted sweet in front of you. They gave supportive words. But inside their inner world, they never wanted to see you succeed first. They wanted your blessing to arrive late. They wanted your miracle to be postponed. They wanted your destiny to slow down just enough for them to catch up. They wanted you to always remain almost there. They wanted you stuck in the waiting phase forever. This person pretended to be safe, but they fed on your vulnerability. They fed on your confusion. They fed on your emotional sensitivity. They fed on your insecurities and made sure your next decision always took longer than it should. They wanted you tired. They wanted you stuck. They wanted you distracted. They wanted you doubting your own power. But heaven says they made a mistake today because today they must crack. Heaven says when some mask cracks it can never return to perfect. Today is the day the real identity is being shown to you in the spirit realm. And the reason you are hearing this message is because heaven wants you to recognize the disconnect between how they present themselves and who they truly are behind the scenes. This person is the same person who always asks you how you are doing but never tells you what they are going through because they want your information to use against you, but they never want to reveal anything that can make them weak or open. They only take, they never give. This person is the same person who gives very knuckle reactions to your achievements. They never get excited when something good happens for you. They go quiet. They change the topic. They reduce the energy immediately. This person loves when you fail privately. This person loves when you doubt publicly. This person loves when you think nothing is working. Because that is when they feel powerful over you. But heaven has stepped in now. Heaven decided that your blessings cannot remain blocked anymore, just because someone wanted to keep you small, so they felt bigger. Archangel Michael says, this year before it ends, the enemy's influence over your path must be broken fully. Not partially. Destiny cannot be delayed anymore just because someone else wanted to hold your potential hostage. You are not entering a normal season. You are entering a justice season, a reversal season. A divine exposure season. The reason you survived all those silent attacks was because heaven was protecting your blessing until the time came for the trap to be revealed. Now is that time. This person will start acting strange with you soon. They will start slipping with their words. They will start showing their real intentions without realizing they are exposing themselves. They will start getting uncomfortable when you start winning. They will start getting irritated when you talk faith. They will start feeling threatened when you start speaking like someone who already carries victory inside, because heaven is shifting the power balance. Everything they kept blocked starts clearing. Everything they kept restricted starts opening. Everything they thought they could prevent, heaven is accelerating directly in your life now. You were never losing time. You were being prepared to see the truth clearly. Because once the truth is seen, it can never be unseen. Your blessing is not something small. Your blessing is something that will change the way people look at you forever. Your blessing is something that will transform your identity permanently. Your blessing is something that heaven protected because it was too sacred to be given to you in the presence of the wrong people. You will witness something soon that will confirm this message so strongly that you will never again doubt what heaven told you today. The shift begins the moment you understand that the enemy does not win by fighting loud. They win by fighting silent. But heaven wins by revealing them at the perfect time when exposure hurts them the most. And this is that season. Watch next, Revelation. Every chapter of your life up until this moment has been preparing the inside of you for what heaven is sending next. Not the outside, not the service, not the image you show others, but the internal strength, clarity, intuition, and divine alignment you carry inside your soul. This is why the exposure that is happening now is not just about identifying someone who was blocking your blessing. It is about locking you into the version of yourself who never again allows hidden sabotage to mix with destiny. The person who blocked you never realized heaven made you absorb their betrayal as fuel. They believe their manipulation would weaken you. They believe their interference would slow you permanently. But instead, it made you spiritually unshakable. The enemy in your story was trying to destroy belief, because once a believer truly believes what heaven already promised, no force on earth can reverse it. So they targeted that one part inside you. The part that always doubted the timing. The part that always feared disappointment. The part that always assumed maybe you were asking for too much. The part that felt guilty for wanting word. They targeted your belief because they knew that shaking belief shakes manifestation. They knew that delaying belief delays breakthrough. They knew that confusing belief confuses direction. But what they did not know was heaven was watching every single psychological trap they were trying to plant inside you, and heaven has receipts. Archangel Michael says there are no silent enemies in this new season. Every mask must fall. Everyone pretending to love you but secretly hoping you remain small must be removed from your path. Everyone who thinks they control your destiny timing is about to discover they were never even close to the final decision. Everyone who fed off your hesitation is about to starve spiritually, because heaven is cutting their access to your energy permanently. You will not walk into this next season with the same hearts around you that kept you stuck in the past one. The enemy used delay tactics, but delay tactics only work on someone who still needs outside validation to move forward. But you are not the same version of you anymore. You are now someone who has learned how to believe even when there is no evidence yet. You are now someone who has learned how to stand firm even when there is no support yet. You are now someone who has learned how to continue even when there is no applause yet. You are now someone who has learned how to recognize spiritual traps even before they begin forming. That alone terrifies the enemy more than anything else because now your eyes are open. You will notice that in the next few days someone will suddenly become uncomfortable with your confidence. Someone will suddenly shift their behavior around you. Someone will suddenly act like they need space. Someone will suddenly talk less. Someone will suddenly respond late. Someone will suddenly seem irritated when they see you in alignment. They will feel like they are losing grip. They will feel like they are losing control. They will feel like their silent advantage has been destroyed. Because once heaven enters, sabotage collapses. Your blessing was never blocked because heaven doubted you. Your blessing was blocked because heaven needed you to no longer doubt yourself. Because the biggest sabotage this enemy did was not external. He was internal. They planted emotional fear. They planted self-doubt. They planted hesitation. They planted insecurity. And that is what heaven is destroying. First, Archangel Michael says, you are entering a season where your name will start aligning with miraculous outcomes. I expected favor to prize opportunities, doors opening faster than you can process, timelines accelerating even when logic says they shouldn't. You will step into rooms you never expected. You will receive chances others never believed you deserved. You will become impossible to ignore, and the same person who secretly wanted you stuck will watch you rise in ways even they cannot explain. But this time you are rising with full awareness of who needs distance. This time you are rising with the understanding that not everyone deserves access to every part of you. This time you are rising with the understanding that presence matters more than numbers. This time you are rising with the understanding that energy alignment is wealth. This time you are rising with the understanding that heaven chooses people to witness your next level not based on history but based on purity of intention. Someone close to you was occupying space they did not deserve. Someone close to you was consuming energy they did not earn. Someone close to you was trying to mentally manage your destiny direction through emotional influence. But now that heaven exposed them, the spiritual contract between you and them dissolves. You are entering a timeline where heaven will guide you to speak less to the wrong people and attract more alignment with the right ones. Where heaven will protect your silence. Where heaven will amplify your intuition. Where heaven will block anyone who tries to interfere again. Where heaven will put divine speed behind everything meant for you. And this time you finish what you start. You were delayed but you were not denied. You were slow but you were not stopped. You were challenged but you were not defeated. You were tested but you were not broken. Heaven delays what is holy until the environment matches the weight of the blessing. And now the environment is shifting. The vibration is shifting. The field around you is shifting. This world is about to see what happens when heaven restores everything that was stolen emotionally, spiritually, energetically, financially, and mentally. And the person who tried to block your blessing will realize they were never strong enough to fight a destiny that was built by heaven itself. Before part 3 begins, listen carefully. This is your official spiritual confirmation that your timeline is entering acceleration mode now. The enemy cannot follow you there. The enemy cannot block you there. The enemy cannot delay you there. The enemy cannot influence you there. That realm is protected. That realm is reserved. That realm is sealed. That realm is divine territory. Only heaven has access there, and you are about to step into it. Share this message. Comment your name on this video. Subscribe because the next parts are going to shift your life completely. Don't skip. My beloved child, this part begins in a different frequency. Because now we are stepping into the moment where the hidden spiritual activity around your life becomes clear. Frame by frame, layer by layer, revelation by revelation. The exposure of the enemy is already in motion. But this part is where heaven begins to show you why this enemy was so obsessed with stopping you. It was not because they hated you. It was not because they wanted you to fail. It was because they feared what would happen if you fully realize who you are at your core. They feared what would come into existence the moment you believe yourself without doubt. They feared what levels of manifestation and power you would activate if you saw yourself the way heaven sees you. This person never wanted you awakened, because once a chosen one becomes awakened, destiny becomes unstoppable. Once alignment is formed between intention, spirit, and divine order, doors open like automatic motion sensors. Blessings chase you. Miracles do not negotiate time anymore. They arrive on command. This enemy knew that your life was designed to flip into rapid transformation the moment belief stabilizes inside you. And they were terrified of losing their silent control over your emotional decisions. They knew your heart with a gateway to your future. And they tried to manage your heart through psychological undermining. There were days you felt empty for no reason. There were nights you felt anxious without understanding why. There were random moments where your confidence suddenly dropped and you did not understand where that feeling came from. Those were not coincidences. Those were not mind tricks. Those were not random emotional swings. Those were spiritual interference wave patterns created to weaken the moment where breakthrough starts building momentum inside you. It wanted to intercept your divine build-up phase because manifestation happens before physical arrival, and they felt that shift coming before you did. This is why heaven is stepping in heavy now. Archangel Michael says this is the season where clarity becomes your greatest armor. The exposure is not happening so you can be angry. The exposure is happening so you can detach emotionally, because once emotional attachment breaks, sabotage loses power automatically. This person only had power because you cared. They only had access because you trusted. They only had influence because you opened your heart to them. But heaven is now sealing your emotional vulnerability from manipulation. And you are about to see the difference between real support and strategic presence. Because real support carries activation energy that pushes you forward. Fake support carries stagnation energy that keeps you circling the same chapters, repeatedly. You are not entering another cycle. You are exiting a cycle permanently. This is why everything inside you feels like something huge is about to release. Because this is the part where heaven moves the line between waiting and receiving. This is the crossover point. This is the shift moment. And once this shift locks, it cannot be reversed. Someone secretly wanted you to always come to them for reassurance. Someone wanted to always be the one your emotions depended on. Someone wanted your confidence to rely on their approval. Someone enjoyed the hidden power they felt whenever you doubted your next step because it allowed them to feel smarter, stronger, more in control than you. They wanted to be the filter between you and your destiny path. They wanted you to need them even when you were capable without them. But heaven did not give anyone the authority to be your emotional authority. Heaven gave no one permission to hold your destiny hostage. And heaven is reclaiming full control, back into divine alignment, because your blessing was not created through human opinion. It was created through heavenly command, and heavenly command cannot be paused by human jealousy. You are about to notice a massive shift inside your voice. Your inner tone will become more firm. Your intuition will become louder. Your sense of direction will become clearer. Your decisions will become faster. Your boundaries will become stronger. Your emotional sensitivity will become more selective. These inner strength upgrades are confirmation that heaven is activating your next level identity inside you. You will feel a sudden increase in courage, a sudden increase in self-respect, a sudden increase in inner peace, a sudden increase in clarity over who deserves access and who does not. You will no longer waste energy on people who drain you. You will no longer explain yourself to people who do not understand you. You will no longer wait for approval from people who never wanted you to rise anyway. This is where heaven locks your focus on your purpose. One thing about chosen ones that the enemy always underestimated. Every pain becomes fuel. Every betrayal becomes direction. Every delay becomes mastery. Every setback becomes wisdom. They thought you would break. They did not expect you to become powerful in silence. Your silence was not weakness. It was preparation. When heaven kept you quiet, it was not because heaven was ignoring you. It was because heaven was building you. The chosen are trained differently. You were being shaped for a blessing that exceeds logic. This is not a small miracle. This is not a normal shift. This is not a regular upgrade. This is a destiny-defining manifestation window that opens once in a lifetime. The enemy tried to block this very moment because they sensed this season would rewrite your story permanently. The enemy knows this blessing is not just an event. It is not temporary. It is not limited. It is not surface level. This blessing is identity level. This blessing is generational. This blessing is a timeline flip. This blessing is a divine rebuilding of who you are on earth. Even heaven angels are standing guard around this prophecy because the weight of what is coming is something your lineage hath been waiting for. Someone in your ancestry prayed for this breakthrough, but they could not complete the cycle. You are the completion point. You are the one chosen to finalize what others started but could not finish. And the enemy knew that if you completed it, entire chains would break backward and forward in your bloodline. This is why they wanted you stuck. This is why they wanted you slow. This is why they wanted you doubting. This is why they wanted you drained. Because if you ever reached alignment, then destiny would activate unstoppable momentum. And now you have reached alignment. And heaven is accelerating your path so fast that the same enemy who tried to block you will not even be able to process your speed. Loving is in pause mode anymore. Everything begins moving now. Watch next revelation. My beloved child, this part begins with the moment heaven puts a spiritual line on the ground and says this far they went but now no further. The reason this part holds so much power is because this is where your internal energy, your inner identity, your destiny alignment and your spiritual frequency become synchronized in one direction only. Forward, not backward, not sideways, not paused, not delayed, forward. This is the transition part. This is the place where you cross into reversible manifestation flow. This is the point where every hidden sabotage clears throat, loses legal permission to interact with your path. And now the enemy who operated in silence begins losing oxygen in your story because your awareness is now awake. Your soul sees clearly. Your spirit is activated. Your discernment is sharp. And heaven knows you are ready to walk into the season that belongs to you. Archangel Michael says, there are certain blessings that cannot manifest when the heart is divided between trust and confusion. There are certain doors that cannot open when there is emotional attachment with those who don't want you to rise. There are certain manifestations that cannot land when your identity is still influenced by someone who secretly prayed you remain below them. And for a long time, heaven did not expose this enemy because heaven wanted you to be able to identify the energy signature yourself. Because once a chosen one learns to identify wrong energy source without needing outside confirmation, they become spiritually independent. They become spiritually sovereign. They become spiritually unbreakable. And that exact moment is happening right now inside your soul. Everything you were ever told about waiting was not wasted time. It was preparation time. It was inner strengthening time. It was alignment time. Heaven was not keeping you from your blessing. Heaven was keeping your blessing away from sabotage. Heaven was waiting until the enemy showed the real heart. Heaven was waiting until your intuition matured enough so that when exposure came, you did not get emotionally manipulated again. This is why in this part you are going to feel an unusual sense of emotional detachment from the people who drain you. You will feel it without trying. You will feel it without forcing. You will feel it without explaining. You will feel separation inside your energy naturally. And that is the sign heaven is clearing your path for manifestation arrival. When heaven wants to shift a chosen one into their breakthrough season, they don't always remove the person physically first. They remove them energetically first. They remove emotional attachment first. They remove subconscious loyalty first. Because the moment the emotional door closes, the enemy loses access forever. You are entering a season where you no longer need validation to believe. You no longer need apologies to heal. You no longer need closure to walk away. You no longer need evidence to move forward. You no longer need permission to rise. You have already crossed that internal threshold. And heaven is responding instantly. The enemy blocking your blessing was depending on one strategy. They assumed you would never see through them. They assumed you would never understand the pattern behind your delays. They assumed you would blame yourself forever. But now that clarity has arrived, their advantage collapses like dust and wind. Because the moment a chosen one realizes they are chosen, the enemy becomes powerless. Your purpose is now accelerating you. You may even feel a strange rise of inner fire inside you these days. That is not random adrenaline. That is destiny activation. That is your inner self finally stepping into authority. That is your higher path unlocking. That is spiritual momentum preparing to pull every miracle in your direction. The enemy sensed this activation coming before you did. That is why their interference felt stronger recently, because sabotage attacks always peak right before breakthrough hits. Heaven is telling you this clearly now. You are not entering a normal blessing season. You are entering a divine justice season, a divine recovery season, a divine repositioning season. So many things you lost emotionally, mentally, spiritually, financially will return in ways you never expected. The reason you had to be delayed was because heaven needed to make sure no enemy could claim credit for what is about to manifest in your life. Heaven needed the enemy to be fully removed before the blessing landed, so that when the miracle arrives, there is no confusion about source. From this moment forward, your intuition will become your compass. Your spirit will lead, your instincts will guide, and heaven will amplify every internal yes inside you and silence every internal no that does not align with your purpose. You are stepping into a phase where the right people will start entering your life naturally without forcing anything. You will meet souls who celebrate your rise, not compete with it. You will meet souls who give without calculating. You will meet souls who are comfortable with your elevation. You will meet souls who don't need to lower you to feel worthy, because in your next chapters, heaven is surrounding you with destiny-aligned hearts only. This is the upgrade. This is the clean space your blessing needs. This is the purified ground where manifestation grows rapidly. The person who blocked your blessing will start noticing your energy shift soon. They will not understand what is happening, but they will feel distance forming. They will feel your vibration rising above their influence. They will feel your confidence no longer controlled by their presence, and they will try to reattach themselves emotionally. They may compliment you suddenly. They may reach out unexpectedly. They may try to remind you of old memories. They may try to rebuild trust again. But you will no longer respond the same, because your spirit will instantly recognize their energy. Now this next season is a season of identity upgrade. You are becoming the person heaven designed you to be before interference entered your journey. You are becoming aligned with your higher destiny, calling. You are becoming strong in silence. You are becoming unstoppable in purpose. You are becoming unbreakable in spirit, and the path you are stepping into is protected, sealed, and guarded by Archangel Michael. No enemy can interfere anymore. Now listen carefully before part 5 begins. The more you step into your power, the faster your blessings multiply. The more you detach from emotional sabotage, the more miracles accelerate into your timeline. The more you recognize your value, the more doors open automatically. My beloved child, this part begins with a new realization inside your spirit. You are not who you were 1 month ago. You are not who you were 1 year ago. You are not even who you were yesterday. You evolved silently. You transformed quietly. You grew without announcing your transformation. You shifted into a higher spiritual dimension without anyone noticing the exact moment it happened. And this is exactly why the enemy who tried to block you cannot stop you anymore. Your tactics were built to trap the older version of you, not the awakened version you have stepped into today. They were prepared for someone who still doubted, someone who still needed validation, someone who still feared losing connection, someone who still needed emotional confirmation from others before taking action. But that version is gone forever. And heaven is celebrating this internal shift inside you because this is where unstoppable destiny begins. You are not entering a season where you will have to prove yourself. You are entering a season where results will prove you without you needing to argue, defend, explain, or justify anything. You do not need to explain your growth. You do not need to explain your elevation. You do not need to explain why certain people no longer feel aligned. You do not need to explain why you suddenly feel distant from certain energies. Your spirit upgraded, your timeline upgraded, your direction upgraded, and heaven is guiding you into a destiny that finally matches your soul's capacity. Now listen carefully. The enemy blocking your blessing did not expect heaven to remove emotional influence from inside you first. They believed if they could remain close to your heart, they could control your decisions without needing to openly interfere. They believe if they could make you hesitate at the exact moment a breakthrough was manifesting, they could keep you delayed long enough to weaken your belief. But heaven already stepped into that emotional space. Heaven has taken over the mental field where doubt used to live. Heaven has sealed access points where insecurity used to sneak in, quietly. This is why you are starting to feel emotionally stronger in ways you cannot explain logically. This is the shift. This is the divine reset. This is the spiritual reprogramming heaven initiated so that sabotage cannot influence your next chapter at all. Archangel Michael says this new phase is not only about exposure. It is also about restoration, acceleration, multiplication, and divine delivery of promises. The original timeline of your blessing is being switched back into alignment. Every interference delay is being erased. Every negative intention is losing power. Every hidden energy interference is dissolving. Your blessing is being fast-tracked. The same way stolen time is restored in heaven's dimension. You are stepping into a timeline that was always meant for you, but was paused because your heart was not yet prepared to hold the weight of what you prayed for. This next season will feel like sudden upgrades, sudden clarity, sudden opportunities, sudden inner strength, sudden direction, sudden emotional peace. You will not feel confused about what decision to make anymore. You will not fear the unknown anymore. You will not overthink your next step anymore. You will not question your own value anymore. Because heaven is replacing emotional overthinking with intuitive confidence. An intuitive confidence is unbreakable because it is not built from ego. It is built from alignment. Your blessing will not be subtle. Your blessing will not arrive quietly. Your blessing will not feel small or incomplete. Your blessing will arrive in a form that shocks even you. Because heaven is not sending the version you imagine. Heaven is sending the version that was written. This is why you had to go through emotional refinement first. This is why you had to lose certain attachments before receiving this breakthrough. Heaven does not send high-frequency blessings into low-frequency environments. Heaven first clears the environment. There is someone who will witness your rise and pretend they always believed in you. But your spirit will not forget what heaven has shown you. You will respond wisely. You will stay detached. You will stay aligned. You will not argue with anyone who tries to rewrite history. You will not fight anyone who once doubted you. You will not waste energy explaining your transformation because heaven is sending you into a level where your elevation becomes your response. Your success becomes your clarity. Your new reality becomes your proof. This is divine reversal. You may wake up one morning and feel like everything is suddenly starting to make sense. That is heaven synchronizing your consciousness with your destiny timeline. That is heaven showing you that it was always going to be you. That is heaven confirming that the battle was never to break you. The battle was to prepare the future version of you who could hold everything that is coming without collapsing from pressure. And now that version of you exists now. Pay very close attention before we move into the next revelation. Your blessing needed a stronger version of you. So the blessing stays protected after it arrives. And now that stronger version exists. Heaven is not waiting any longer. What you are stepping into is bigger than what they tried to block. What you are about to receive is more powerful than what they tried to delay. And what heaven is releasing will not only bless you, it will shift people connected to you forward in ways they never expected. Share this message right now because this part is where destiny alignment becomes unstoppable. Comment down below, so this message can reach more chosen souls. Subscribe because the next part is the most crucial activation of this entire revelation saga. My beloved child, this part begins with a realization that the world does not change because you asked it to. The world changes because heaven made a decision that the time for your injustice to continue has expired. There are cycles that break only through divine force, not through human effort. There are breakthroughs that arrive not through planning but through spiritual reversals. There are moments in destiny where something invisible suddenly starts controlling the physical reality around your life. And you are stepping into that exact moment right now. This is the moment where your past stops having permission to influence your next chapter. This is the moment where heaven steps ahead of you to prepare the road before your feet even touch the path. This is the moment where your name starts moving in rooms you haven't entered yet. This is the moment where divine justice begins showing itself in ways that leave no one in doubt about where your blessing is coming from. For so long you carried the weight of feeling unseen, unheard, unvalued, misunderstood, and underestimated. You kept saying to yourself, I know I am meant for more, but why is nothing opening? You questioned your path so many times. You wondered if you misunderstood signs. You wondered if your timing was off. You wondered if maybe your destiny was overhyped by your own hope. But heaven reveals now you were not wrong. Your intuition was not wrong. Your soul was not wrong. Your feeling that something major was destined for you was not fantasy. It was prophecy. It was alignment. It was your spirit sensing what heaven already sealed in the invisible realm. You were not delayed because you weren't meant for it. You were delayed because heaven refused to let the wrong connection stand next to a blessing of this magnitude. The enemy who tried to block you will soon watch the exact door they tried to keep shut burst open. They will watch you enter rooms they secretly prayed you would never access. They will see you receive blessings they told themselves you could never maintain. They will witness miracles in your timeline that are not normal, predictable, or explainable. They will experience something worse than losing control over your destiny. They will experience invisibility while watching heaven promote you publicly. Archangel Michael says, every time you felt stuck, heaven was not ignoring you, heaven was preparing your landing. Heaven was positioning angels around you. Heaven was neutralizing sabotage behind the scenes. There were meetings in the spirit held about your future that you never knew existed. There were divine decisions signed over your path while you were sleeping. There were protections applied to your name while you were doubting yourself. You survived spiritual warfare you didn't even know was happening. This is why this blessing that is coming is not random. It is overdue. Divine settlement. And now you will start noticing signs in the physical world that confirm this shift. Someone you haven't spoken to in a long time may suddenly reappear out of nowhere. An opportunity that was stuck for months may suddenly open without warning. A situation that looked hopeless will suddenly show a breakthrough crack. You will feel life responding to you differently. You will feel energy moving around your name differently. You will feel timelines rearranging without effort. This is the flip moment. This is the moment where heaven makes the universe rearrange itself to carry out divine orders. You are no longer chasing blessing. Blessings are now moving toward you. There will be doors that open that you didn't even ask for. There will be confirmations that come without you requesting them. There will be messages that arrive right when you need them. There will be people who come forward at the exact second heaven wants alignment to occur. There will be sudden acceleration that shocks even you. Because when heaven decides you are ready, heaven sends abundance that does not match your past. Heaven sends results that make no logical sense. Heaven sends breakthroughs that write history. This next chapter is not about you recovering emotionally. This next chapter is about you being rewarded spiritually. You paid for this level through battles no one saw. You earned this phase through pain that nearly crushed you. You grew into this version through heartbreak that forced you to rise. You matured through silence that made you question your purpose. But every moment was building you. Every tear was strengthening you. Every setback was forming a foundation that cannot collapse again. You might feel like you don't even react to negativity the same anymore. You might notice your spirit does not panic the way it used to. You might see that your nervous system does not break down under pressure like before. This is because heaven upgraded your internal system to match the blessings coming. The version of you that is rising now is match fit for the next level. The version of you being activated now can hold miracles without losing identity or control. The version of you emerging now understands that destiny is not something you chase. Destiny is something you grow into, and you have grown into it. There are people who doubted you who will not understand how you got here. They will assume someone helped you. They will assume you got lucky. They will assume you received something you didn't earn, but heaven knows the real truth. Heaven knows the battles you fought in silence. Heaven knows the nights you cried alone. Heaven knows the faith you held even when nothing was happening. Heaven knows how many times you wanted to quit but still remain loyal to your calling. Heaven knows how many times you broke quietly but still kept believing something bigger was aligned for you. Heaven does not reward perfect people. Heaven rewards prepared hearts. Your heart is prepared. Your soul is aligned, your destiny is engaged. The enemy is exposed. The block has been removed. The path is open. This is the part where your blessing is not just promised. It begins manifesting into motion. Something's huge is waiting for you in the next part. My beloved child, this part opens differently because now the atmosphere around your life has already started responding to the command heaven released. This is not energetic potential anymore. This is not preparational alignment anymore. This is the beginning of divine materialization. This is where the words heaven wrote over your future start turning into visible, undeniable physical reality. You have reached the stage where blessings stop being ideas and start becoming outcomes. You have reached the stage where your destiny stops being a future promise and starts becoming present evidence. You are entering the stage where what heaven whispered in private is about to echo loudly in public. The enemy who tried to delay your rise will not be able to avoid seeing this part unfold. They will not have the privilege of being blind to your elevation. Heaven is making sure your breakthrough is not silent anymore. Heaven is making sure the blessing is not quiet anymore. Heaven is making sure your next level is seen, felt, heard, and recognized. Right now in this transition moment, heaven is rearranging people, circumstances, connections, offers, opportunities, and timelines around you like puzzle pieces finally locking into formation. You will feel it like life is suddenly cooperating with you instead of resisting you. You will feel it like doors are not forcing themselves shut anymore, but opening as if they were waiting for you specifically. You will feel it like the universe is suddenly matching your frequency effortlessly. And the reason is simple. Your heart is finally clean from hidden warfare. Your mind is finally free from invisible interference. Your soul is finally allowed to rise without being spiritually suppressed. The enemy cannot reattach. The enemy cannot disguise anymore. Their identity has been exposed in spirit. And that exposure cannot be undone. That mask cannot be rebuilt. That access cannot be recovered. Archangel Michael says, heaven is giving you the type of elevation where you will not need to chase recognition. Recognition will naturally follow manifestation. You will not need to prove transformation. Transformation will be visible without words. You will not need to fight anyone to validate your next level. The blessing itself will become the validation. The results will become the validation. The blessings will speak louder than explanations ever could. Heaven is not only vindicating you privately, heaven is about to reward you publicly. This is where destiny rewrites your storyline. The same timeline that once felt like slow motion begins accelerating fast. You will see the pace of your life change. You will feel momentum building without force. You will notice that what used to take months suddenly takes days. What used to require struggle suddenly requires acceptance. What used to exhaust you mentally now becomes effortless. These are the signs that you are stepping deeper into alignment. And once alignment forms, manifestation does not require hustle. Manifestation requires trust. Manifestation requires flow. Manifestation requires belief without fear attached. This next phase is where divine justice becomes active. Everything that was taken emotionally, spiritually, relationally, or energetically will return in forms far greater than what you lost. You will not be compensated equally. You will be compensated abundantly. You will not be given back what was stolen. New will be elevated above what was stolen. This is not compensation. This is recompensation. Heaven does not return what was taken. Heaven multiplies what was taken and gives you back more than the enemy ever expected you to handle. This type of justice cannot be blocked, interfered with, or slowed. Heaven has initiated irreversible momentum. People who once doubted your potential will start speaking your name with shock. People who once underestimated you will feel the shift. People who once carried silent jealousy will feel intimidated by your growth. People who once thought they could outrun you will realize they already lost because destiny already accelerated you beyond their imagination. You are not just entering a new chapter. You are entering a new dimension of purpose where doors are opened by divine keys only heaven has access to. Your energy will become magnetic. You will attract aligned connections effortlessly. You will attract opportunities that match your identity and not your old wounds. You will attract clarity, direction, stability, and divine help without searching desperately for it. This is why heaven needed to expose the enemy first. Because if heaven released blessings while you were still emotionally attached to sabotage, the blessing would have been contaminated. But now the contamination has been removed. This is where your authority becomes your shield. You will not fight spiritual warfare the same way anymore. You will not collapse under emotional weight the same way anymore. You will not lose confidence when circumstances shift unexpectedly anymore. You will respond from strength, not fear. You will move from alignment, not insecurity. Because your spirit is not fighting to become strong anymore. Your spirit already is strong. You pass the hardest parts without knowing they were tests. Because chosen ones are trained during real battles, not hypothetical lessons. This is the irreversible breakthrough zone. Nothing can push you back. Nothing can reverse this activation. Nothing can sow this momentum. Heaven has already decided. Your destiny is already locked in. This elevation cannot be undone. Watch next revelation. My beloved child, this part opens with a truth that might feel overwhelming at first, but it is the most powerful part of everything that has unfolded up to this point. The spiritual system around your destiny is already rearranging itself ahead of your physical movement. What was once blocked now begins clearing on its own. What was once slow now begins accelerating without you forcing anything. This is the moment where heaven stops asking you to carry the battle and starts carrying the battle for you. This is the moment where the universe begins protecting you from threats you cannot see yet. This is the moment where divine energy starts releasing blessings that were stored, preserved, held back, and kept in spiritual vaults until the exact moment heaven deemed you ready. And that moment is now. Archangel Michael says, "Heaven waited until your heart reached this exact level of inner alignment because blessings that are given too early can destroy the receiver." But blessings that are given at the right moment become unstoppable. Force fields that protect destiny while amplifying purpose. You endured seasons that nearly broke you. You survived endings that drained you. You endured betrayals that changed you. You walked through emotional losses that made you think nothing would ever make sense again. But heaven watched you stay soft, even when pain tried to harden you. You did not allow darkness to write your soul. You did not allow bitterness to corrupt your intention. You did not let disappointment become your identity. And because of that, heaven is trusting you with blessings that cannot be misused or destroyed. You are entering a divine flow phase. This is when things start coming to you without resistance. This is when the right people find you. This is when the right connections align without search. This is when opportunities that are designed for your sole purpose begin landing gently inside your timeline. You will feel like your life begins harmonizing instead of constantly fighting friction. You will feel like peace becomes your default state, not something you chase desperately. You will feel like solutions find you before problems can overwhelm you. This is not because life became easier. This is because you became aligned. The person who tried to block your blessing was operating on the old version of you. They underestimated how fast you would outgrow the chains they tried to wrap around your destiny. They thought their subtle discouragement would permanently anchor you in doubt. They thought low-frequency interference would keep you stuck at low elevation. They thought silent manipulation would keep you questioning your worth. But instead of making you weak, their negativity made you wise. Instead of blocking your path, they triggered your awakening. Instead of controlling your direction, they accidentally activated your destiny shift. And now the very person who tried to slow your blessing will watch heaven elevate you beyond reach. In this next chapter, you will realize something extremely important. The more unbothered you become, the more you attract, the more you detach from needing validation, the more validation naturally finds you. The more you stop chasing approval, the more doors open in your favor because energetic desperation creates delay and energetic confidence attracts alignment. You are stepping into the timeline where your energy is no longer leaking through emotional fear. You are stepping into the timeline where your spirit stands tall without having to prove anything. That is when manifestation becomes powerful. That is when doors open instantly. That is when timelines collapse into divine speed. You will soon witness people who once overlooked you start acting like they suddenly recognize your value. You will witness people who ignored your presence start trying to reconnect. You will witness moments where those who doubted you will try to attach themselves to your rising identity, but you will not be fooled anymore. You will not be emotionally manipulated anymore. You will not mistake familiar energy for safe energy anymore. You will not confuse shared history with alignment anymore. Because heaven has trained your intuition, not just your mind. Heaven has sharpened your spirit, not just your logic. Heaven has strengthened your discernment, not just your personality. You are stepping into a spiritual frequency where nothing can pretend in front of you anymore. You will instantly recognize when intention is pure. You will instantly feel when a person's energy is off. You will instantly sense when someone is trying to benefit from your rise rather than celebrate it. This is not paranoia. This is not fear. This is spiritual maturity. This is energetic mastery. This is the reward of every silent battle you fought alone when no one understood your emotional exhaustion. In this next phase of your story, heaven is elevating you so much that blessings are going to become normal for you. Not occasional, not rare, not unexpected, but normal. Blessings will become your baseline reality, not a once-in-a-while surprise. Because now heaven knows you will protect the blessing, not sabotage it. Heaven knows you will guard your energy, not waste it. Heaven knows you will choose alignment, not attachment. Heaven knows you will honor the divine guidance within you, not the emotional noise around you. This is where your destiny becomes magnetic. This is where your presence changes rooms before you speak. This is where people sense something divine around you without knowing why. This is where the universe begins rearranging pathways to match what heaven already decided over your life. This is where manifestation becomes instantaneous reality. This is where you no longer fear loss because you finally understand that anything meant for you is protected by heaven itself and anything taken from you was removed because it could not walk into your next level. This is not imagination. This is not hope. This is not fantasy. This is the part where your life begins matching your spiritual calling. Watch next revelation. My beloved child, this moment begins a new reality for you. The enemy is exposed. Your influence is gone. Your destiny is no longer blocked. You are now stepping into a season where heaven accelerates everything that belongs to you. You will rise quietly but powerfully. You will receive blessings that prove every delay and purpose. Nothing can interfere and more. Nothing can steal what is already sealed. You have crossed into divine momentum and there is no going backward. Your breakthrough is real, active and unfolding now. This is your confirmation. This is your shift. This is your new timeline forever.